The trial for a former administrator at a nursing home in Hollywood is back underway. You may remember 12 patients died after the air conditioning went out at the facility following Hurricane Irma.
Today, a digital investigator took the stand, and Local 10 News reporter Roy Ramos is live with the testimony. Roy.
And that digital investigator was tasked with obtaining information from that administrator, information that had to do with this incident as a whole, information that had to do with a timeline they say he created, and information that had to do with patients the state prosecutor said experienced this heat for several days.
The second week in the trial of George Carballo, an administrator state prosecutor said should have done more to save the lives of 12 patients who died in a Hollywood Hills nursing home, beginning with testimony from a digital investigator. In court, jurors listening to emails sent by Carballo revealing while he did have spot coolers, he needed more to cool the building where patients were overheating and some would later die.
The issue is a transformer on the pole, FPL issue. One of the faces is off. We spoke about spot coolers, 4 to 5. Any luck? I have 7. I gave Natasha 2. I was only able to secure 10, and one has a blown motor. Not enough for our building. Still need more.
The facility lost power to its chiller, disabling the air conditioning in the aftermath of Hurricane Irma in September of 2017. State prosecutors now trying to prove the tragedy was the result of gross negligence by Carballo. But the defense argues he did what he could to care for his patients and even logged a timeline of his efforts, a timeline discovered in his computer.
Sunday, at approximately 3 p.m., staff and administrators realized the air conditioning was not cooling. It was determined that the chiller unit, which provides cooling to the air conditioning, was not working. The administrator immediately directed the director of engineering to deploy the stop coolers.
The evacuation of the nursing home happened 3 days later, and while the state said Carballo left the center and went home the night before, he made efforts to have the chiller repaired.
Logs into FPL website and creates a work order for chiller to be repaired.
And in Carballo's timeline, he also stated that he contacted the governor's office to report the lack of response from FP&L. State prosecutors have charged him with 9 counts of aggravated manslaughter. On the stand right now, an assistant medical examiner. We'll hear more from him about the autopsies he performed on some of those victims who unfortunately lost their lives. For now, inside of the Broward County Courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.